This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us here to mark the handover of the presidency of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers. The formal handover would normally take place face-to-face with an appropriate ceremony to mark the occasion. Unfortunately, in the current environment, that's not possible. However, we can't let such an important occasion slip by without officially recognizing it. We wish to thank Lord Mountevans for his incredible contribution to the Institute while president, and thank you on behalf of the Institute and also from me personally. And of course, we should officially welcome his successor, Kevin Shakesheff, to office. Kevin, of course, is a former Institute chairman, so no stranger to the Institute or many of our members. I'd like to ask the chairman, Susan Oatway, to say a few words now.
Thank you, Robert. So I'd like to say thank you to Geoffrey on behalf of the Institute as well, and indeed the senior officers. It's been an unprecedented presidency, but your calmness and wise counsel has helped steer us, I believe, back into calmer waters. I believe we'd be in a much poorer place without your support. So thank you, and definitely thank you from me personally. Whilst you might be moving on now, I've said it before, you can never really leave the Institute. And I do hope that your time with us will continue, albeit in a different role. So thank you very much, Geoffrey, on behalf of myself and the whole of Controlling Council. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you so much, Chair, I should say. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for those very kind words. Needless to say, it's been a great honour for me to serve in this position in the last 2 years. 45 years as shipbroker, to be president of the Institute is a wonderful feeling. It's absolutely home. I've enjoyed it. It's been a huge privilege, and it's something that, to be honest, I will always, I'll always remember this. So thank you, the Institute, the senior officers, for the opportunity. It was, of course, an extraordinary time, some of these this period, to be president. And one of the things it means is that I didn't get to meet all the members and officers of the branches, or as many branches as I would have wished. I think I went to 2 branch dinners and attended 1 or 2 online events. But of course, I didn't have that overall experience. But, even to the extent that I did interact with people, I worked with so many really amazing people. And I want to make special mention of our chair, Susan, the deputy chair, Glenn. I worked very closely with these 2 individuals when our finances were a particular worry. They were excellent colleagues, and in fact, they've both become friends. So thank you very much, the 2 of you. And also Robert, always courteous, steady, a most dependable individual. Thank you to you, to Jackie, to all the team at head office. It's really, I'm so grateful to you all for all that you do. And there were many others. If I start to mention everyone, I'll make omissions, and sins of omission are very serious. But past chairman, committee chairman, the individual members of different committees, branch members, and so on. Excellent people. And that's one of the great things I've taken away about it all. Well, during this time, and Susan, you very kindly said some kind words about me, but due to the superhuman efforts of a large number of people, including, the senior officers, but others too, great progress has been made. And, I should have mentioned before, but the Finance and Audit Committee, for example, have played a strong part in that. But, all of our committees, I think they're all firing now. We've got a kind of, a machine now where all of it's firing. We're all working, we're all in tune. The cylinders are going up and down in the right sequence. And I think my own feeling, and I'm sure that you agree, all of you watching this, however many that may be. Unfortunately, my mother's no longer with me. She was always a dependable audience and fan, but now I can't be so sure. But I think we can all face the future with increased optimism. I'd like to for us to have more of a look at our online offer, because I know students now so much like online, but I have to say that as a long-term career shipbroker, when I was negotiating ships, Kevin will know, they rely on the broker to keep very careful records. I don't remember ever being given a multiple choice piece of paper when we were negotiating deals, large or small. I think written exams do have a place, is my view, but it'll be down to those of you in the future, how these things evolve. You've heard me say before how valuable and special the ICS is. I can't say that often enough. To Kevin, my successor, to all of you, excuse me, to all of you, it's not emotion. Might well be, but it's not. Excuse me. But you've heard me say how valuable the ICS is. No other organisation does what we do nearly as well. In fact, nobody really does it. People do bits of it, but nobody does the piece that we do as well at all. And I particularly value the strong emphasis on ethics. So that's something that I think we have to keep very close to our heads and our hearts going forward, because that's, again, is very much part of our special offer. I don't want to go on forever. I could. You're all being very polite, but it's a sad day for me, but it's also a very happy one, because I'm handing over to Kevin Shakesheff, who's somebody who knows the Institute extremely well and who cares deeply about it. And I think, the role of a president is to be a resource. You will be a tremendous resource for people to come to and say, have you got any thoughts on this? Well, what do you think of this idea, that this kind of thing? I think, you have a great deal to offer you to the Institute. I'm so very grateful to you. I wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to take this off now and then hand over to Kevin to say a few words. And I think the formal handover of the badge, due to the magic of couriers and so on, with me in London and you up in the Northeast, Kevin, will take place later. But here is the badge. I've worn it with great pride, and I know it will be worn with equal pride by my successor. So Kevin, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey, and really well done in your term of office. I know how difficult it has been for you, and I'm sure you were never prepared for the things that happened during your term of office. So I think on behalf of everyone, we are almost grateful that we're all very grateful that we had you as our president in these very difficult times. So well done, Jeffrey, and I'm sure we'll catch up sometime in person, not too distant future. And going forward, I recognise that our first task is to consolidate and get our finances in solid condition, so that going forward we can go forward with strength. And as you quite rightly said, there's a lot of work being done by the FAC at this moment, and I feel quite confident that, that matters are well in hand. I also think that we've gone through a very tough time with the pandemic, and we're now hopefully coming out of the pandemic, and the ICS hopefully as well will come through it is now coming out through its difficult times. And I believe that we've got a wonderful institute, and we've got some amazingly professional members all around the world, and I'm sure those members are going to help us pull through the next 3 years. I do believe that we have to grasp the new technology, and that technology is not going to be just an opportunity for us with our students and education, but it will also be a really good opportunity for members to meet each other worldwide through technology, which we haven't been able to do in the past. However, I still think that there's a big part to play. There's a big part to play in personal meetings and getting together. So I do hope that we can return to proper meetings in the not too distant future. We talk in the Institute about education, and obviously education is at the front of everything. But let's not forget what a wonderful institute we've got, and we do things more than just education. We liaise with governments, we liaise with port authorities, and we have an input in many factors affecting the maritime industry around the world. And we also, uh, it's not well known, but we do raise quite a substantial amount of money for crew welfare. I think in the UK alone over the years, we've managed to raise more than £1 million for that's quietly given over to the welfare associations. So going forward, I really do believe we have a wonderful institute. I'm so proud to be a part of it, and all my family are a part of it as well. And I'm absolutely convinced that by the time we get round to the next president, we'll be moving on and be in a much stronger position. So again, to everybody, thank you very much for the nomination of president, and I'm cherishing the opportunity to get involved. Thank you.
Well
Wonderful.
done, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations and welcome on board, Kevin. And thank you once again, Jeffrey. You've been an absolute rock of the last few years. We really appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kevin. Glad you made it, Glenn. I hope that's all going well with you. And all the very best. Look forward to seeing you all, I hope, very soon. And, look forward to putting my shoulder to the wheel at future occasions when I can.
Thank you.
And welcome aboard, Kevin.
Thank you, Susan. What happened to Glenn?
I'm going to press the
I can't
light.
see Glenn. Oh, I can't see it. Oh.
Stop recording.
Stop recording.
Okay, well done.